Today, we are taking this plain old wooden panel and voila, what are we doing? Transforming it into kind of a shabby, been sitting outside a long time steel panel here with like little rust effects and things. Now, you might think, oh my gosh, I gotta be a Michelangelo to do this. Well, no, because I am no Michelangelo. This took a ton of trial and error. And the first thing I did was I thought, easy, painting metal, my go-to thing, hammered metal effect, okay? You just like put it on. I've done it on PVC pipe for my Halloween projects. It really looks like metal. It didn't work. It looked terrible. It just, the hammering effect didn't come out at all. It just looked like wood painted silver. I even considered like burning my phone because it's not enough to delete the footage sometimes. Like when you like screw up that badly, sometimes you just want to burn the equipment too. So it's just like completely forgotten. I ended up like sanding the whole thing down. And as I sanded, what I noticed, if you look really closely, well, look at all these like little pitting looking things. Well, that's what happens when you have a really thick buildup of this hammered metal, and then you try and sand it down, you get these like little black spots on here. And that's just kind of like the paint gumming up your sandpaper. It's just like a gummy bear effect that happens. And it actually ended up being like fortuitous. This board has a layer of black and then a layer of that hammered metal. And what I'm gonna do is take this little sponge here and use 80 grit paper. And the idea is just to put scratches in it. And I like to alternate arms because you don't want like one giant Popeye arm and then the other arm to be kind of like a wet piece of noodle. You know, you gotta have two Popeye arms. We already see that it's getting pretty dull and you start seeing the scratch marks. Now, depending on how much black you want to show through, for instance, on this board, I'm gonna put that up here, you saw that I scratched way more. You can see some of these black showing through from that black base coat. So I'm gonna do a couple different styles showing different wear patterns. You know, maybe this one didn't stay outside as long as the other ones. So we start with black, and then I found that just a plain brown like this one's called burnt umber, and then red oxide. Really, those are all the colors I use to create that other effect. And to make it look really rusty, like grungy looking, mix in a little bit of sawdust because now you're getting that texture in there as well. Now, I'm not gonna do that because we're gonna be sliding things on and off this shelf, so it's just gonna be going. We're gonna do what's called dry brushing, and I'm just gonna wipe as much of it off as possible. And I find that if you make a mistake, the best thing to do is to own your mistake, and then all of a sudden it just makes it look really better. So, you know, go nuts on your mistake. So I'm gonna start on this edge, and all I'm gonna do is just kind of flick in like that. So you start seeing some black edging, and that's because rust, I notice, kind of starts on the edge and starts to work its way in, and then maybe push some of it. And you don't want to make it, you know, totally even going down the side. You know, you can then start just kind of hinting at the fact that it's rusting. Ooh, that's too much. Uh-oh. Oh no, I screwed it up. I'm just gonna own it, just own it like that. There we go, let's just own this. But oftentimes, your whoopses end up looking the best. So I'm just gonna continue down the edge here. I'm just kind of like kissing the brush. And then, you know, maybe some areas are a little more rusty. A little happy cloud. I'm gonna get my Bob Ross on right now, yeah. With an extremely dry brush, I'm just kind of adding some effects here. Look, I'm calling it effects. Just, you just wanna build that color up a little bit. Whoa, oh no, I messed it up. Oh, that is looking really bad right now. But you know what? We'll burn it in the end. I'll burn it right here with you guys. And I did this to the last panel and it looked pretty cool. I'm doing it to this panel. It's not looking so cool. And so I'm going to just take the brown and then kind of go over some of the edges where we're going to put the other color, the lighter color. Add some brown going down that way. So we have some kind of like multi-layer, multicolor rust going on, and mixing some of that brown with the black. And it kind of doesn't really look like anything yet, but it's really that red oxide that is all of a sudden going to make this whole thing pop. All right, so let's try and deal with this hot mess here that I've created for myself. That is not blending in at all. I'm talking about this line right here, guys. Don't you see that? That's a little pronounced, right? Let's see if we can hide it a little bit better. And then I'll throw in some modeling, you know, like, you know, a little bit of rust has been forming on the spot. And maybe that's how we'll hide some of this mistakes that I've made so far. Some of my best stuff actually has come out from really horrid mistakes. I'm talking about horrid mistakes. I just want to get this a little bit more brown before we come in with the red oxide. We'll put in some like happy little birds here, and the rust is just bleh, you know. Then put in some more rust over here, and then the rust just drips. I mean, rust doesn't really drip, but it just starts to kind of, you know, take over your piece. And that's all right. That kind of hides my lines, you know, a little bit, I think. So in my mind, it does. And let's finish with our really cool color, which is our red oxide. And we're not going to need very much of this. This is where you want to be kind of like sparing with it, which means I'm going to do the exact opposite. I know me. So I'm attacking this side first versus working on that side because, you know, the paint is still just slightly kind of damp and it mixes the colors a lot better. You know, so the edges there is where the real rust is beginning to happen and it's going to start trickling down. This is looking more realistic with basic non-Michelangelo skills. And just making that a little bit like the edges have seen better days. All right, I'm going to do this little edge the same way. Go a little more heavy. A couple more. I might be getting a little too carried away. What did I say? I didn't want to make this like way too brown, but all right. So now I'm going to see what I can do about these spots so they don't look so brown. Maybe give them some dimension here by kind of doing this type of thing. And then now I'm going to do the same here, giving it some rust spots here. Painting a happy little rust spot, such a happy little rust spot. And bringing that down. And you can see kind of what's going on. And then we just have to do the other side there. And then this is looking pretty believable. Whoa. What's going on there? Uh-oh, I'm making it worse. I'm making it worse. Oh, all right. Okay. Okay, I made it better. Crisis averted. I just booply blocked this pretty bad here, didn't I? Yeah. Maybe I can, and maybe add like a crosshatch effect to hide it. Or no, I just made it like totally stand out, didn't I? It's totally standing out there. Oh no. It's like, stop moving your brush, you're making it worse. All right, so let's add our red oxide here and call it a day on the painting, I think. But you can't really have aluminum or steel looking panels without rivets. I thought that would just kind of add an extra layer of pop. The little stem goes further than the board. So we're gonna just nip these off. These are like really shiny and they don't look very good on this board. So I figured, you know, let's try and age them a little bit. Maybe just rubbing it on some sandpaper. Ooh, if you compare this one with this one right here, looks older than this. So step one is to try and start cutting these stems off. And for that, people, safety glasses. Whoa, these are really dirty. I'm gonna start putting rivets all over the place. That actually works really, really well. Might as well make it fun, right? Guys, we are done a whole side. I barely have any paint on my brush and I'm just, you know, coating it like this as if basting a rack of ribs. I guess a rack of ribs would be like this. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to take a break for the night, but I will be back on my own just to finish up as many of these panels as I can tonight. The best laid plans. We'll see how that works. I'm going to put them into my corner shelves over there. The stain looks nice and this looks nice separately, but when you like combine them, will it look like two different projects Frankenstein together? I don't know. That has happened in the past. If you see me with all new cameras, then you know that I not only burned the project, but I burned all the equipment that saw the project go down too.